Welcome to Partners in Pancreatic Cancer. My name is Jill Lacy, and I am a medical oncologist at Yale School of Medicine and Smilow Cancer Center, where my practice is focused on GI malignancies. Immunotherapy is getting quite a bit of attention in melanoma, lung, prostate, breast cancer. Is there anything currently being studied in pancreatic cancer? There actually has been a long-standing interest in developing immune therapies for pancreas cancer, and finally we appear to be making some real progress. Pancreatic cancer presents a real challenge for immune-based strategies, as it is a non-immunogenic neoplasm. We now know from basic science studies that this is due to a complex tumor microenvironment that provides a formidable barrier to infiltration of effector T cells and facilitates numerous mechanisms to escape immune recognition. Hence, pancreatic cancers typically lack tumor-infiltrating effector lymphocytes, and not surprisingly, single-agent immunotherapies have really failed to demonstrate significant clinical activity in pancreatic cancer. That said, this year at ASCO's GI Symposium, we heard about promising results from a vaccine doublet. Investigators compared a single vaccine, GVAX, against a combination of GVAX plus CRS-207. This was a randomized phase 2 trial in previously treated patients with metastatic pancreas cancer. The randomization was 2-to-1 to 2 doses of vaccine followed by 4 doses of CRS-207 versus 6 doses of GVAX alone. Just a word about these two vaccines. GVAX is an irradiated allogeneic whole cell vaccine derived from pancreatic cancer cell lines and has been modified to express GM-CSF. It's generally given with cyclophosphamide to inhibit the immunosuppressive T regulatory cells. CRS-207 is a live attenuated listeria engineered to express mesothelin. This is a tumor antigen that's abundantly expressed in pancreas cancer. CRS-207 is an interesting vaccine in that it appears to boost both the innate and the adaptive immune responses. The results from this randomized phase 2 study were positive for survival for the doublet GVAX CRS-207 compared to GVAX, with an overall survival of 6.1 months with the doublet versus 3.9 months with GVAX alone, with a good hazard ratio of 0.55. The vaccine doublet was well tolerated, and interestingly, the greatest benefit was seen in those patients who had received 2 prior chemotherapy regimens, a very tough group, and would also receive 2 doses of GVAX plus at least 1 dose of the CRS-207 vaccine. These data are compelling and exciting, and further studies are planned with these vaccines. So going forward, the Eclipse Trial is a randomized trial that will look at the GVAX CRS-207 doublet and compare that to CRS-207 alone and that against standard salvage chemotherapy. The planned enrollment is 240 adults with previously treated metastatic pancreas cancer and will involve multiple sites in the US and Canada. And the primary endpoint for this trial will be overall survival. How about the immune checkpoint inhibitors? As I mentioned earlier, immune checkpoint inhibitors have not, to date at least, demonstrated significant clinical activity in pancreas cancer, a disappointing outcome. The current thinking is that we will need to combine a vaccine strategy with an immune checkpoint inhibitor in order to evoke the kind of immune response that will translate into clinical efficacy in this disease. A number of studies are in development or are underway that will look at vaccines in combination with immune checkpoint inhibitors. For example, one such study is looking at the GVAX CRS-207 doublet with nivolumab, a PD-1 inhibitor. Another study is testing GVAX with ipilimumab as a maintenance treatment for patients with metastatic pancreas cancer whose disease is stable or responding on induction FOLFIRINOX. In conclusion, we've seen positive results with a vaccine doublet in pancreas cancer, and a number of exciting studies are now underway to look at the promising strategy of combining vaccines with immune checkpoint inhibitors. Thank you for viewing this activity. For additional resources, please be sure to view the other educational activities on partnersinpancreaticcancer.com.